Hello, I'm Sophie Schutz, and today I'm going to be doing a situation if there was trouble to arise at my newest job, Sherwin-Williams. Because there was so much information for part one, I decided I was going to split it up into two slides. So for this first one, it's just going to be describing the organization on a global scale and also a local scale. And then in the second slide, it will go over the critical business functions. But just to begin, the describing organizations, Sherwin-Williams is an American company specializing in paint and paint products, things like your paint brushes, your primer, everything. We're supposed to be an all-in-one, basically. On a global scale, Sherwin-Williams operates in over 120 countries and generates billions of dollars in annual revenue. Paint is not cheap. I know with just like three sales in a day or three transactions, you can make like over $500. On a local scale, however, our staff in our store includes just my manager, assistant manager, a part timer, and me. Those are all of the employees in one location, and most of it is split up within the week. Locations out of the city tend to have a smaller staff as paint is less in demand and usually just goes through contractors. And your customers will range from DIY homeowners with rentals with little to no experience to contractors who completely understand the world of paint. For another part in part one, there are three critical business functions that I would list out. One is the sales in store, so it's just people walking in, requesting a bucket of paint with any color, and doing all the transaction in person and finishing within the same day, obviously. For the second one, I would say remote sales. If a customer prefers, they can call on the phone and request paint for pickup, allowing them to grab the products whenever they want at their convenience, and as well as making up their paint and other products within our time range. This model is convenient for both the customer and the employee, as both parts of the transaction are done without pressure to complete the order as quickly as possible. So this can be done in the downtime or when it's less busy. It does not need to be taken care of immediately. For the third one, I would say our deliveries. The firms and establishments that paint in bulk tend to request a truck order full of paint and paint products as it's easier for both ends of the transaction. For the same way as the second one, this method also allows the store to call in products that may not be in-house. So we have products like paint for the pool. It requires a different kind of paint because of the use of it. If any business functions are disrupted for the day, there's a bigger focus on the other functions to make up for it and a plan to make up for the lost time when the disruption is gone. So, for part two, the business continuity plan during the disruption, for the example, I decided to use that the phone lines could be down, causing call-in orders to not be made, and the only functions available are the orders made through email and other online services, or the in-store walk-ins. The workarounds for that day, I talked to my manager about it actually for a better um, answer, but she said for that day the manager would focus on resolving the issue while part-time employees would continue to do the in-store operations. So maybe the manager would be out in the back in the office trying to sort out everything and organize everything with what given materials are left, while the part-time employee or whoever else is there would continue to uphold the role for that shopping day. Things like managing stock and mixing paint can still operate, as well as assisting contractors and sales. One big part of Sherwin-Williams is service, so they find that very important. Part three, the business continuity plan after the disruption. I feel as if that we will continue operations as is and catch up where we need to. There's a call list of clients for the manager to check on and call and make offers and sales to, as well as a plethora of customers who possibly want to order paint. So they have to make all these calls in a given day. It would be a tedious process, but not troubling issue for long. It wouldn't be difficult to fulfill all of the calls, but it would just take a lot of time. And the risks, if recovery is delayed, there could be days and weeks without a proper phone line. We would have to really promote and embrace other alternatives in the meantime. The way that our business operates, we don't want to waste any downtime. So we would just have to work around it as much as we can and just adapt and overcome this if the recovery was delayed. Part 4, crisis communication. As a manager, you would probably have to explain to your higher ups, like your sales rep and other people, with a simple email, I feel would do. Communication with other regional stores and higher ups is very clear, especially from manager and up. They have like a group chat, if I'm not aware of. And basically, they would give an email just outlining an update of the lack of phone calls, explaining our situation, and give an assurance that it is being handled. 5. Individual reflection. For this assignment, I interviewed my manager for the most accurate and realistic answer. We are a smaller shop, so we do not have to do the latest and most modern practices, although it is, preferred. But because of how small we are, there's a chance that we won't have certain sales or that we won't have certain products just because of priorities. So we will have to always find workarounds and still find ways to sell paint in our own way. One way is just communication and networking, getting from painter to painter, just getting the word out there.